Well, hello, everybody. Sorry, Thrifty Tim, and it's Tuesday afternoon, so it's Tuesday afternoon with Thrifty Tim. Uh, Hi, Zeb. Uh, Glad you came here to check out the stream, and of course, Sir James is here, as they call him.
Hello, everybody.
I just call him Sir James to keep it short.
Yeah, or you can just call me James if you want.
And but yeah, last Tuesday, I had a strong migraine, and it was supposed to get up to like 100 outside. It only made it up to 97, but it was humid. This is in northern Illinois. Just to let you know where I'm located. I'm just south of the, just a little south of the Wisconsin state line. But today it's set down. There's forecasting it to get to 100. So I have the AC going and fan running, and I have plenty to drink with me.
Well, that's good. Just telling
And
Morgan we're ready.
okay, yeah, I told him that I had done a message to him too, saying at the usual time. So
There, I just told them that we're live, and he'll probably text me back in a few minutes or so, and I'm sure he'll be here with us. But we'll make this. We're going to make the show work, no
yeah,
matter what.
Calvin said that he'll just be in the peanut gallery today because he's still having problems with this Wi-Fi. But something I was going to do last Tuesday because of the heat, but then when I couldn't, with it being hot again today, I figured I'd show this. But I figured for the summer, I'm going to start doing for my spins. It will be under a theme with the heated sound, where it's talking about being hot with weather and stuff like that, and stuff that makes you think of summer. So, like you saw the cover that I had on my picture today, right?
Mm-hmm.
That from that John Fogerty's Centerfold or Centerfield album.
Yeah. Put
So,
me in, coach. Tim's ready to play today.
so that's something that makes you think of summer. But so I also start showing some of my albums. Well, first of all, James said he has a couple things to show. So,
Well, they're actually downstairs, and it's just a Disney album. It's not worth it, and a comedy album. I don't think you'd be interested in that. I don't want to go downstairs for it, but
uh,
I can show you one of my favorite albums that I
who's the
have.
comedy album by?
I'll just show you one that I have here. Okay, I got a couple that I have here that I can show. Maybe I've shown them before, but we'll just do it because this is all I've got in front of me right now. So you can make it big, and I'll show these. Okay. We got Double Fantasy with John Lennon, Yoko Ono.
Okay.
Make me big so we can see this better.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. Now, there's one little thing that's wrong with this cover, and can you notice it? Look at the very top.
I see the yellow one back.
Well, you see, Yoko Ono's name is where John's is, and John's was where Yoko. So you think Yoko Ono was John, and you'd think that John was Yoko. So yeah, this is a great album. And this one is a bootleg, and I have another one, a single one of it, but it's a volume 2, I think, and I need volume 1. So Norman Maslov was kindly enough to send me this one. So this is the Beatles live at the Star Club in Hamburg, Germany, 1962, and it's a 2 LP set. And here's the
Okay.
lab on the back. And there's a Star Club. Don't ask me what that says in German because I have no idea.
Yeah,
And
let me see it. Let me see it. I know some German.
okay.
Ugh. Uh, I'm not sure if the first are, but other two are pretty much kids.
And here's the gatefold. It's just some information on the album itself. And then we have a really good album, The Ramones, Rocket to Russia.
Okay.
Do you like the Ramones?
I like them some. I'm not. I haven't listened to much punk, but Smee has started getting me into that some too because he
And it's included vinyl, which is pretty cool.
One of the shows he does on Mixcloud is on his Mixcloud channel is punk.
And this is an album I had never heard about or the band itself, but this album blew my mind. I recognized one song on a Cannonball, but I wasn't sure where I'd heard it before. And this album came out in 1993, but nowhere on this record does it give you the date. It gives you a barcode, but that's about it. It's called The Breeders, Last Splash. And that's the band here. Great album. So that's all I got to show for now. Here you
go. Okay, so I'll start showing some of the albums I pulled out for for the Heat of Sun. First up, it's about. Oh, let me make myself big.
Yeah.
First up, it's by British singer. It's Leo Sayer, Thunder in My Heart. Of course, thunder makes you think of summer. And I'm trying to remember what else. Okay, I guess that's mainly what I had me get that one. Next up is America Hat Trick. This is one of their lesser known ones from the late 70s. And so let me see. Oh, wait, it's not late 70s. It's on that, but it's one with Muskrat Love on it. Okay, I'm looking through the songs on here. But when you think of America, you think of like Ventura Highway.
I'm not familiar with this band.
America?
Oh, America. Okay, I know America. Yeah, I know A Horse with No Name.
Yeah, and they also had a hit. One of their early hits was Ventura Highway. Okay. Here's another America album. This one is Homecoming. And this is the one with Ventura Highway on it. So
I'm here. I'm hiding. He's just big there, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Okay. Okay, that's in here. Here's Judy Collins, Bread and Roses. And
I like Judy Collins.
Yeah, and okay. Well, like she does some one or two songs in Spanish, and the song called Spanish is a Living Tongue, but makes you think of like Mexico and stuff, which, of course, that's what gets hot. It's usually hot down there.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another Judy Collins one. Now
Oh, nice.
it's called Living. Four Strong Winds is on it. Oh, it looks like one's called Vietnam Love Song, and you think of the jungle there, so. Okay, the next one is by Poco. And this is
I'm doing all right, Mike. I haven't seen Randy around in a while.
Poco, the Rose of Cimarron. Just by the title, it makes you think of summer.
Miss you.
I miss you.
He's showing all his albums that have to do with the hot weather, with hot songs.
I call it the heat is on for my spins for the summer. This is another copy of Supertramp's Breakfast in America.
Yep, I showed that on here once too.
I've shown it plenty of times. I have a couple copies of it.
Great album.
Yeah, but well, like in the song "Breakfast in America," they talk like about Texas in it. So,
Well, that's pretty hot, Miss You. 112. Wow.
oh yeah, where you at, Miss You? It's supposed to get up to 100 here. I live in northern Illinois, just about into Wisconsin.
Well, I don't know what it is here, but
Yeah, but I know it's in the 90s already here. Here's across East Ellis and Nash, Farley Street.
and young.
Oh,
Arizona,
yeah.
she's from Arizona.
Okay,
The Arizona
yeah.
desert.
Well, I was listening to that 70s channel before coming on today, and they said that today is Arizona Day.
Oh,
So you know how they have all the days, all these different things. Seems like every day has
and Mike
different
Preco man asks, "What state are you in, Tim?"
I'm in northern Illinois. Yeah, I'm up north in the U.S.
Ah,
in the upper Midwest. Yeah, can't read the songs too well on there now, but here's another one that does make you think of warmth because of where they're from. It's Grateful Dead.
there's Bertha.
They're Skull and Roses one, but of course the Grateful Dead's from the San Francisco area, and yeah, this has Bertha on it,
Yeah.
and it.
And Mike asks, "Are you near Chicago?"
Around an hour and a half away. I used to work in the Chicago suburbs, northwest suburbs of Chicago.
Ah,
Okay, here's one that Schnee, guy Schnee likes. And I still have to
shrink wrap on it.
off it. Okay,
Andy Williams.
Andy Williams, just the name is Woman Welling, the title of it is. So it makes you think of that. Believe it or not, Andy Williams was originally from Iowa. I can't remember where at, but I'm originally from Iowa, so all I keep that has sings Snowbird on here and Leaving on a Jet Plane.
Snowbird's a good song. I like Anne Marie's version.
Yeah, and Spanish Harlem.
That's a good one. Benny King.
and Del Condor Pasa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Simon and
now
Garfunkel.
what makes you think of summer more than this?
Ah, yes, Saturday Night Fever.
Yep, a two LP set, and like this that has like a fifth of Beethoven on it, and Jive Talking.
I love Jive Talking. I love that one.
Okay, and then a song on here is called Calypso Breakdown, so that makes you think of hot weather and Night
Come on,
Fever.
Mike. This is a great album. It's the Bee Gees, man.
Yeah, it's a classic from the 70s.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
the Bee Gees.
I used to hate disco until how rap and hip hop came around. Like
You know, Miss You, John has a great line in that movie in Saturday Night Fever.
Can you dig it? I knew that you could.
another one I'm pulling the shrink off of. Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Ah, little Bert.
I have the first one and also the soundtrack, but like
Yeah, you showed that a couple of weeks ago, I think.
yeah, this one that has like Texas Bound and Flying and um, Ride Cowboy Ride, Pickles Promenade. Do you know You Are My Sunshine? The Sattler Brothers do that one on here. And Tulsa Time, Don Williams does that.
Nice.
And Picking in Lone Star Style. There's another soundtrack for the movie Urban Cowboy.
Oh yeah, that was pretty popular in 1980. That one.
Yep.
Everybody started wearing cowboy hats and they were doing line dancing and that.
Yep. Sort of like Jimmy Buffett does Hello Texas on here. You think of that Eat for with that. And The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Love that song.
Done by the Charlie Daniels Band. That Jelly's Urban Cowboy Band does the Orange Blossom Special and Hold Down.
Orange Blossom Special. My favorite version of it is by Johnny Cash.
Okay. I like Johnny Cash's music, so. There's several songs on there to make you think of heat, and of course this one makes you think of hot weather. Another soundtrack.
Oh, I have that one too.
What's that?
Keep falling on my head.
Yeah, but also South American Getaway. Again, Come Touch the Sun.
And Miss You, let's not forget, I'll have a Royale with cheese.
Well, that's some of them that I took that drawn out for it.
Cool. But now I can tell you some. If you go small, so we're both together. Now I can tell you some other hot songs I know. Well, we got The Heat Is On. We got Looking for Some Hot Stuff, Donna Summer. Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening.
I have that. I have a
time in the summertime.
Yeah.
Hot Town, Summer in the City. That's another good hot song.
Mm-hmm.
The Kid Is Hot Tonight.
Yeah, it's Loverboy.
Yeah.
That Canadian band, so.
Mike and Miss You, think of some songs that have the word hot in it too, so we can for the hot day. Think of some hot songs with the word hot in it. Oh yeah, Feeling Hot, Hot, Hot. That's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have any other hot songs you can think of, Tim?
Right here.
I can't see that.
It's a harder one to see. It's sort of like The Way Down, but it's James Taylor. It
Oh
says
yeah, that's a good
just
one, Mike.
fire and drains on here. Oh yeah, hot legs. It's a good one. Oh yeah, that legs. It's another good one. Legs. Up.
Oh, the Wiggles sing "Hot Potato."
I, I think she's saying she's the mother of small ones.
No, no, no. They're all grown up.
Oh, okay.
I guess her kid. Miss you. I'm guessing your kids used to sing that as kids. In his later years, he makes me nauseous too. I mean, John Travolta hasn't done anything good recently, but you know what? I like them in I love them in Face Off. That was a good movie. Like he plays a really good bad guy, and Broken Arrow's good with him and Christian Slater. My twins are 19 now. Wow,
Okay. Well,
how's that
see,
keep so cold?
my daughter is my youngest, and she's 27 now.
Oh, yeah, I can sing along to and any Wiggles tune.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, do you remember the Beat Bugs? When we used to sing Beatles songs on that show? That was a cute show.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta mute for a sec. My mom's.
I didn't know with the legals. Any of my kids were older for that. Okay. Well, I'll show some other stuff here. Then I'll go big again. Some Gordon Lightfoot. This is uh, this his sundown album, but down here he has like High and Dry, Seven Island Suite,
I will, Mike.
Sundown, and so those are that. And then here's one that James. Some
Olivia Newton-John. Yes, I love her. She's awesome, man. I'll give her a hug for you, Mike. No problem.
And on here she does Let It Shine.
Is that the one where it says, "If you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me go"?
No, or chat. Yeah, she does have that one on here. This is her first one. Okay, maybe this one won't be more to you, Mike's liking. Some Nazareth.
Nazareth, yeah.
And
Oh,
like,
focus off.
like on here, they have Shanghai in Shanghai
Mm-hmm.
on it. Of course, Hair of the Dog. And right after Hair of the Dog is Sunshine.
We got quite a conversation going on. I'm just watching the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Miss Hugh's always funny with her stories and that she tells.
And then how about some Carly Simon?
Oh, I love Carly Simon. Isn't she the one that sings "You're So Vain"?
Yeah.
You're so vain.
Or like on this one, she does Anticipation, which was a big hit for her. And Summer's Coming Around Again is on here.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was mainly the ones off that one. Then some
Engelbert Humperdinck.
and this is Last of the Romantics. but just with the view
you
art
are.
and stuff, makes you think of
Oh, there's a thing here from North Carolina Vinyl Picker Art for you.
well, Art. I was in the Air Force. I was an Incirlik, Turkey during Desert Storm. I was I deployed there from Germany, which was where I was stationed at during at the time.
Mm. Miss you. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I'll never leave you.
Okay, but I'm just checking to see if there was any. Oh, you light up my life. There's a song that Engelbert sings on here.
You're welcome, Miss you.
Uh, Thank you. Miss you. Okay, some 20 Orlando and Don here. Mm, like she can't hold a candle to you. Raindrops.
Is that the one? Raindrops, so many
That
raindrops
might be.
falling from my eyes. If that's the song I'm thinking of.
Yep. And then Ian Matthews, Stealing Home.
Oh, okay, Mike. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
You know,
With me,
I've never seen a Marx Brothers movie.
with me, I didn't care. With me, I didn't care for Zepp as well because he was the straight guy. But okay, here's
But,
another one that makes you think of summer.
the Partridge Family.
Yeah, gotta
Okay.
have some Partridge Family. Just ask Doc.
Well, when you drop down, I'm going to show you something too. I'm going to get it ready for after.
And here's one that you might remember, Dean Friedman. Uh, see, you might remember the song Ariel.
Which song?
Ariel.
Uh, I don't know. What's the band again?
It's Dean Friedman.
Um, Not sure I'm familiar with him.
Ariel was a hit. And just with the way the song goes, it makes you think for because going out on a date with meeting her and going on a date with her.
Ah, Miss you, what did you name your fly? Little fly or a little star like my dog? Now I'm going to show you two albums I got here. You're gonna love this. Make me big keys.
Okay. Okay.
Archer Family album with the hypes on it. That's actually on the actual cover itself. Here's the back, and then I got this one here. You have this one too, Tim?
Yeah.
So there we go. I got those two. Whoops! Almost knocked my mouse right off the the mouse pad.
Can I use the washing machine now? Yeah.
Whoa! Jeez, almost knocked myself out too doing that. All right, you make me small.
Force me that. Stuart. Yeah.
Okay.
That was his name. No, I know. I'm very good friends.
Well, with me, whenever I had to fly, I kept bugging me. I'd name it Fred.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I'm going to tell you a story because I know you love story time. Well, she knows about this from yesterday. Yesterday, I woke up and I was telling everybody on Rachel's stream that I had a dream the night before. It was very vivid. That somebody gave me a puppy. It was a beagle, and I was thinking in my dream, and I knew I was thinking I could call it Rex. I said no. Then I looked at its collar and I said, I'm gonna name you Little Star. It was the cutest little puppy I ever had in my arms. I was holding it, I was showing everybody, this is my new puppy. Look at my new puppy. His name is Little Star. Everybody loved him. And when I woke up, I was upset because I didn't have my little star anymore. I was like, no. What are you gonna do, you know? That's called a lucid dream, Sir James. Wow, really? I didn't know that, Miss You. Call it Snoopy. No, it was Little Star because of the stars on its collar. You're a lucid dreamer? Oh, wow, I didn't know that, Miss You. Do you ever have dreams, Tim?
Yeah, at times, but nothing really much to have much for that's interesting yet. Would be interesting on here.
Wow, I haven't heard from Jorgen yet.
Yeah, that's weird.
Lucid in the sky with diamonds. Yeah.
That
So,
that, that makes you think of yeah, good stuff.
Mike, do you have any Partridge Family albums? Because every time I go on Doc Dawkins' thing, we're always showing her Partridge Family albums. All the people, we go, okay, Partridge Family times. We all hold them up at the same time. Jorgen.
Here's Jorgen.
I'm gonna eat something and then come up. Sounds good. What about the monkeys? You like the monkeys, Mike? Monkeys are good album.
He said he has only one of theirs. Their second one.
Yep, we're gonna have Jorgen soon. Yay!
Yep.
Don't like the Osmonds or the monkeys either. Whoa! Don't say that in front of Doc Dawkins. Whoa! He'd be mad. He'd be like, no.
Well, I have several Osmond albums too.
Do you have any monkeys albums?
I have like 4 or 5.
Do you have the soundtrack to Head?
No, I don't. That movie is weird.
Well, there's a video up on Doc's channel, and it's from he got the Blu-ray box set of the Monkees, the complete series, and it also has the movie Head in it as well. So he finally got a bargoon on it. So you should watch that video too. It's really good. He was so excited he finally got the Monkees. I used to watch the reruns when I was a kid. They used to show it on TV. Like first of all, they'd have Gilligan's Island at 12:30, and my sister and I would say, oh, we want to stay and watch Gilligan's Island after the Flintstones. We watch the Flintstones. Then at 12:30, we have to get ready to go back to school for the afternoon. And then after that, well, Gilligan's Island was on. Then at 1:00, I think it was the Monkees that came on after that. So we'd always get excited when we were sick, because then we could watch Gilligan's Island and the Monkees. And then I think at 4:00 they had the Brady Bunch, and at 5 they had the Partridge Family. So I used to watch those all the time. So yeah, there was a lot of good shows on back in the day that were in reruns.
Well, with me, it was more back in the 60s. They have Leave It to Beaver and Tazel and stuff like that. But every weekday after school, all the kids wanted to be home in time for a show called Bart's Clubhouse. It was a local one, but he'd show cartoons. This would be like an hour and a half. Like he'd show like Popeye and have Popeye was one of the big ones on there, and I think he did Tennessee Tuxedo and stuff like that. Some of those old cartoons and
yeah, Gilligan and the Skipper didn't bunk together for nothing. They're bunkmates, if you get my drift. Yeah, Laverne and Shirley was good. Happy Days, Alice, The Facts of Life, Different Strokes, Who's the Boss, Punky Brewster. I grew up with all that stuff. Do you remember all these shows, Tim, I just mentioned?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Welcome Back, Kotter. There was Sanford and Son.
yeah.
All in the Family. That was another favorite of mine.
Now when you try to watch some of these shows from back then, you ask yourself, why did I like this show?
And another show my dad used to love was the Bob Newhart Show.
Oh,
This is my brother
first
Daryl.
one.
This is my other brother Daryl.
Okay, this is okay. That was Newhart. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because that
Newhart.
was the second Bob Newhart show.
Yeah,
Because
I,
he
I
had
used to
one
love
earlier
that.
where he was a psychiatrist in Chicago.
And the early shows of Saturday Night Live with John Belushi were the best. You
Yeah,
had Chevy Chase in there. You had Jane Curtin and
Dan Aykroyd.
Gilda Radner, Dan Aykroyd. And my favorite skit is when they do the restaurant cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
No Coke, Pepsi.
Yeah, no Coke, Pepsi. Yeah, that was a classic. Or when John Belushi does his impression of Joe Cocker, he did him perfectly. And Andy Kaufman was on there too. Remember Andy Kaufman?
Oh yeah, liked him in Taxi.
Oh yeah. Pepsi, no Coke. Or when John Belushi did the samurai guy with the sword. I'm sensitive about a few things, but just when Pete's fling hate. I'm with
Yeah.
you there, Miss Hugh. I'm with you there.
Okay, I have a story from when I was in tech school in the Air Force. This was took place 40 years ago.
Okay.
A little bit before this, though. It was like just before the Memorial Day weekend. We were all getting ready to get. We were in formation, and we were all looking forward to having that 3 day weekend. And this was in Biloxi, Mississippi. Is where the base is at. Talking about hot and humid. Well, anyway, our squadron commander was from Puerto Rico, and he was giving us a safety briefing. And uh, he said, "Now, when you're on the beach this weekend, uh, don't do don't do alcohol. Do coke." Everybody starts laughing, and he said, I mean Pepsi, Pepsi."
Excuse me.
So, that's the biggest memory I have from in Mississippi because we were breaking out laughing so hard there.
Do Coke. A little sniffing. Ooh, that's good stuff.
Well, sort of like you, sort of like back in the '70s, and had a lot of discos. You'd see guys having a necklace on with a spoon on it. Uh, so
Oh,
you're
hey, at
welcome.
least Mike, at least you had the courage to write it. Yeah. Are you a Stephen King fan, Tim? Because I know you love to read.
Yeah, I've read some of his stuff. One that I thought was interesting. Well, I don't find his stuff to be as the stuff that I've read to be as bad as some of these horror ones. Like it was an interesting one, and I've read like Cujo. It's about a rabbit, Saint Bernard, and so
Well, there's one that I read The Ghost of Tom Joad, I think was it, and this little girl was like 10 years old, and she's lost in the woods, and all she's got is her Walkman, and there's a monster in the woods, and she's a big Bruce Springsteen fan. It was a fantastic book by Stephen King.
Okay, yeah. I have a number of his books in my collection, so
I started reading it, but I never finished. It was too long.
yeah, a lot
I
of
like the
people have
movies.
trouble
I like the
finishing it.
movies and the one with Tim Curry on TV. I have them. I have all of those on Blu-ray. But the movies are held my interest more than the book did. So, but I should read some more Stephen King at some point.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, like I said, I was doing and stuff. I'm not sure. I don't think I have any Dean Koontz yet this year. I want to start read his stuff, but I'm holding off for right now because I have so many books that I haven't read yet. So
Do you
yeah,
like to read John Grisham novels?
yeah, I have several of his too. I've only read A Time to Kill so far.
Oh yeah, because I
That's
remember
his first one.
remember the episode of The Big Bang Theory where they're trying where what's his face there Raj and someone else were at the bar and they're trying to pick up girls and he was saying, "Do you like the novels of John Grisham?" I remember that episode. That was funny.
Yeah, like I know what you mean about the classic science fiction. I like the stuff like Isaac Asimov, like the Foundation series and his Robot series.
Well, you should find that episode where they go and try to pick up girls by asking if they like the novels of John Grisham. Like, it's hilarious, that episode.
Yeah, yeah. This I've been told that. See, I have most of Tom Clancy's novels. So
What's his most
that's
famous?
good.
Oh, yeah. Isn't he the one that wrote the Patriot Games?
Yeah, Patriot Games and Hunt for Red October
Oh, yeah.
and yeah. So, but the one that I like is this the second book he wrote was Red Storm Rising. It's about like what if uh, World War III started in Europe. This was back in the 80s. And
Ah,
it was pretty
we
interesting.
can miss you. Are those books on your shelf there behind you?
There are some of them.
Can you, would you mind showing us some of those? I'd like to see what you got. I'm curious what you got there.
I'll pull the stack down. These are all Harkums. I have more.
Yeah. Make sure to make yourself big. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you got.
Okay, this one I haven't read anything by this guy, but was told he's pretty good. This is Patrick Robinson with USS Seawolf.
Ah,
It's pretty much like techno thriller or type. This one is Black Lies, Red Blood by Gunther would be able to pronounce this because if I remember right, this is he's from Sweden. This guy, but it's
it's like a murder thing.
yeah. This is a mystery. See, I like mysteries and police procedurals.
Yeah, murders are good. Murder mysteries are always exciting to read or watch
Yeah,
in movies and stuff or TV series.
yeah. I like thrillers and
Yeah,
um,
suspense.
yep. Here's Elson DeMille, Plum Island.
Oh, that sounds like a pirate thing.
Well, it's more of a mystery one too. So
Ah, okay.
okay, here's Dale Brown Hammerheads.
And what's that about?
It's a lot of his books are based on the Air Force more so like Tom Clancy does like Navy and like Dean Koontz, but Dale Brown his are like with the Air Force and stuff.
Okay. Cool.
So there's another Dale Brown Shadow Command.
Ah.
Then here's one I picked up at our local library. They were having a library sale, got for like 50 cents. This is Cat Eye Trouble by Robert Skinner. It's a mystery. So you can tell by, let me,
Ah.
you see on there they have that right above or shows
Yeah.
mystery.
Mm-hmm.
And I like watching mysteries, so. Here's another one from that I got at the Dollar Tree, The Network by L.C. Shaw. And it's looks like it's a mystery or a thriller. Okay, here's another one I got at the library. Never heard of this guy before, Chris Scott. It's Days of Rage, but it's marked as a mystery also.
Mm. Got some good stuff there.
And never heard of this author before either. D.L. Nelson, Murder in Caleb's Landing.
Oh.
And Jeffrey Deaver, the Blue Nowhere. Okay, that's all of that stack right now. So,
Well, that's pretty good stuff there, Tim.
yeah, that's more the that's more the type of stuff I like to read. I like reading World War II ones also, and like.
Well, there's two James Bond movie albums. I mean, books that I've read. I've read Goldfinger, and I've read Casino Royale. And Casino Royale's so different from the movie.
I know. It's been a while since I've read it.
But I'd like to get the whole collection of James Bond books and read them all by Ian Fleming because I love James Bond. I have all the movies, but I've never really read all the James Bond novels. But I'd love to.
Yeah, see, and like I do like some of the classic science fiction. I have on my e-readers. I have collections of some of these old science fiction short stories from like from the 40s and 50s and stuff. So.
Oh yeah. My mom likes to read a lot too, but she likes to read romance novels and stuff.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to show you one that I'm reading now. I think I showed it before, but it's over here on the table.
Yeah. See, I have another channel that that I do where it's it's I have another channel on YouTube that I do for my books, and I haven't posted anything on there recently because I
should
haven't
put the link out for it so we can check out your other channel.
Yeah, I can't look up the link on this. Wait, I might be able to. I'll have to do some.
I'd like to check it out, and I'm sure Miss You and Mike would love to see it too, so we can see what you got.
Yeah, I'll
see. It'll motivate and inspire people to read more books. It's a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll show you what the book I'm reading now. I'm a slow reader, but that's a good thing because you want to read slow and understand what you're reading about.
Right.
You know.
Well, I'm a slow reader because of I've had surgery on each eye twice. I read with only one eye at a time.
I mean, I can see with my glasses, but I don't want bifocals or anything. I
Well,
take my glasses off when I read, and I can read clearly, and I don't get a headache.
we'll put it this way: I have trifocals now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then but because of my health problems with my migraines and stuff, I stay inside a lot,
Hmm.
and so just a minute, and I'll
All right.
uh, wait.
Oh, I'll miss you. Miss you. I've always wondered what you look like. I wonder how beautiful you are. I think we've all wondered what you look like.
Wait.
I stay inside a lot because I'm a huge introverted hermit recluse. I love to get out with my dog, with the Sadie when we go for our walkies, and I tell her stories. One time there was all these ants all over the place, Miss You, and I told them the story. I told Sadie a story that it's a family, and that one of their oldest daughter is going to college and everything. And I named all the ants. I gave them all names, and Sadie listened to me.
Videos will be going over the basics of Python programming.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
On videos, but that they're either just getting started out
Shoot.
programming or coming from another language. And
I'm
we'd
tr-
like a beginner
I'm trying to get
overview
it
of
stopped,
Python so they
and-
can better understand the more advanced topics.
Just
And that's
pause
what
it.
Here, we're going
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Python, how to work with the different data types, how to work with conditionals and loops and iterations.
A lot of books have pictures in them, Calvin.
Well, Calvin likes to go into those places where it's dark and stuff, and he likes special magazines, like Penthouse, Gallery, Playboy.
I think you could be onto something there, Tim. Hustler. All those things.
Just a minute, I'm going to try getting that again. But
What the hell is my mom doing? I'm hearing banging in the bedroom. Just give me a second. I gotta go see what's going on. What are you doing, Mom? I can hear it through the wall.
just a minute, I'll get that link for that book channel. Up.
Ow.
What did you?
Oh, I just sat down hard and I hurt my butt.
You shouldn't do that.
That happens sometimes. I kind of almost tripped on my chair sitting down. Yeah, the same with me, Miss You. That's how when I read, I just get lost in it, and lost in my own little world. I get like that when I listen to the Beatles channel on Sirius XM too, and I'm doing jigsaw puzzles online.
Well, that's sort of like with me, because with my migraines and everything, with me having to stay inside, I do a lot of reading and stuff, reading and listening to music.
Well, yeah, music just takes you to another place, and it makes you happy.
Yeah. And with me, when I read, I need to have some background noise too. So a lot of times I'll be having that record spinning in the background.
Yeah. Well, my mom pays for my subscription to Sirius XM.
If I'm not doing spinning, I might have have like that somebody's channel of going on my Alexa.
I've tried the music thing, Miss You, but it distracts you from the book. I like to read quietly with no music. If I'm doing jigsaw puzzles, then I'll do the music part because I can concentrate on both at the same time. It works better because you're trying to concentrate on the music on the book, but the music kind of distracts you. But I used to do when I used to go on trips with my dad, we'd listen to music at the same time. But even then, it was kind of hard to read the book because you want to concentrate on what the storyline is, and then you want to concentrate on the music at the same time. It just doesn't work out that way.
Okay, I'll have to stream up
Well,
in
I'm
just
glad you
a
did
minute.
this, Neil, because Tim is awesome, and when Jorgen gets here, we're gonna have more fun. But
Yeah,
Calvin can't make it up today because he's got problems with his Wi-Fi again. Hopefully next week he'll be on because he has a whole stack of albums that he wants to show us, but he can't. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the new stuff he got for Record Store Day. Oh yeah,
okay.
I think the music is good too. Did you find what you're looking for, Tim?
Yep.
Yay! Now we can all sub to that channel and we can see what you got on there. Mm.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay, there's my other channel. It's called World of Sleuths.
Ah, here we go. All right, let me go here. Click on that.
Oh yeah, Miss You. I like to. I'll put music on like either through like listen to stuff through on my phone that night through headphones, so I don't wake up my wife. And if
There we
I'm
go. There, I sub to it, and now I can see what you got there. Now I'm going to show you my book that I'm reading right now. All right, make me big.
okay.
Walt Disney, The
Okay.
Triumph of the American Imagination. There's the back. And now I'm at the part where he's creating the movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I mean, this book is so good. I can't put it down, and it's so heavy too. And then after this, I have another book called Anne Frank, the biography by Melissa Mueller that I'm going to be
Oh
reading.
yeah, that's right. I remember you're a big. You're really into it. And Frank, I've been by her home in
Oh, yeah?
Amsterdam.
The Evil Empire. Wow. I don't know so much about that. But...
Yeah, Miss You. I intend on reading the Dune series. My son has around all of them, so and he lives with us. So
All right, you can make me small.
okay.
Well, I read the first Lord of the Rings book, but I haven't read the last two.
Yep. See, and then I also like reading fantasy. It's more like the epic fantasy, like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. I've read like the Lord of the Rings series. I read the first three books in the Shannara series, the original three, and and then
Chronicles of Narnia.
yeah, I've read some of them. I also read another one that I really like. This that most of you would probably like because it mixes music in with it. It's Spell Singer series by Alan Dean Foster. Where
You should read The Hobbit first, but to each his own. Yeah, I'll read The Hobbit at some point. But there's a book that I read a couple years back, and it's called I Am Malala. It's a true story about this girl who wanted to go to school, but girls are not supposed to go to school in Muslim countries, and she got
she was
shot,
from
and she lived to tell a
Afghanistan.
story. And it was such a great book, and I highly recommend you read I Am Malala. Such a great book.
Yeah, but see, the Spell Singer series is about a guy majoring in engineering in college, and he was high at the time, and next thing he knows, he's on he wakes up on he's lying in a field somewhere, and he doesn't see anybody around him, and he starts walking, and he comes across animals that talk and stuff. And
what?
And he was teleported there by wizard that's a turtle that lives in a tree. Well, anyway, and he was brought there for taking for trying to destroy somebody evil on the other side of the world there, but he was had also played guitar and stuff, and well, anyway, he comes across an instrument that similar to the guitar and stuff, and he'd start playing stuff on there, like he played Purple Haze and stuff like that. And found out that realized stuff happened when he did that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I do have a couple Ides of March albums. I've also seen Ides of March in concert, and I've seen some Peterick at times too. And
Well, I remember a couple of years back, I think it was early 2000, I was at the library, and I knew in the children's section, like for young adults, they had very, very good fantasy novels. And I discovered one called A Door Near Here. And I read the back of it. I said, I mean, this is for 12 years and up. But I looked at it and I said, this looks like an interesting novel. And it was like kind of like the Chronicles of Narnia in a way. So I said, you know what? I don't care if I'm an adult. I'm going to read this book. I took it out. I borrowed it from the library. I took it home and I started to read it. I thought it was one of the best fantasy novels I'd ever read. A Door Near Here. Let me find the synopsis for the story, and I can read it to you what it's about. Okay, let me see here. Here it is. A Door Near Here by Heather Quarles. Okay. All right. Following the story of four middle-class siblings forced to fend for themselves after their mother descends into alcoholism, Heather Quarles' middle-grade novel, A Door Near Here 2000, explores the struggle of feeling hungry, tired, and dirty while attempting to keep up appearances, caught between the reality of teetering on the edge of stability and the need to project normality. The book's protagonist finds a way to grow up and mature in terrible circumstances. And so it's a very, I can read this, yes. 15-year-old Catherine Graham, with her three siblings and her mother in a town outside of Washington, D.C. Their father is no longer in the picture. After cheating on their mother, he left in order to be with another woman. Now, their formerly mostly functional mother has fallen victim to her drinking problem. Having lost her job, she stays in bed most of the time, disconnected from the world, crying about the end of her marriage, neglecting her children, and eventually only focus on where her next drink is coming from. At first, Catherine thinks she can cope with the disaster, taking charge of her younger siblings to keep them fed, clothed, and out of the foster care system. Catherine can no longer bicker with her younger sister, Tracy. Instead, their sisterly relationship deepens as they come to depend on each other. At the same time, forced to acknowledge that her 14-year-old brother Douglas is losing weight at an alarming rate, Catherine tries to address his sickly appearance by giving him more food than she rations for the rest of the siblings. To top it all off, the three teens have to work together to keep their youngest sister, 8-year-old Alyssa, safe and protected from Child Protective Services. And it's a really good book. I really enjoyed this book, and I thought it was very, very well written.
Well, see, and also when my son was a teenager, there was a 4-day weekend that I had because it was 4th of July, and the 4th was on a Tuesday, and they decided to give us off the day before to make it a 4-day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my son had like the first 3 Harry Potter books checked out from the library, and those books aren't thin books. They have lots of pages, and I read all 3 of them during that 4-day weekend. And then another series that he liked to have back then that I read the first book from because he had owned around all the books was the Redwall series, the first book of the Redwall series, which was interesting too. It's that's pretty much animals and.
Mm. It's amazing how younger, like juvenile novels, are so great for adults to read too.
Yeah. Well, Miss you.
I'm not really sure, Calvin. I have to count them again.
Well, Miss you here in Illinois, weed is legal. It's I'm with me. I used to drink, but I stopped drinking. It's been over 30 years now that I stopped drinking, so I can't even stand the taste of alcohol.
Really? Well, my mom likes her glass of wine each day. She likes to have her little glass
Not
of
every day.
Not every day, but she says, well, her doctor back home told her it was healthy for her to have wine. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Glass of wine.
Well,
yeah, she likes her glass of wine,
sherry.
a glass of sherry.
so sort of like my father-in-law used to have a beer a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his doctor told him it was good to have a beer a day. But see, with me towards the end, I stopped drinking when I was still stationed in Germany, but towards the end I was drinking only a beer a day. But I decided to stop. I was on the 4th of July of 1991, and I haven't drank since.
Wow. What did you like to drink at the time, Tim?
Well, for a while was tequila sunrises or like rum and coke. And then over in Europe, and at times Jack and Coke.
Oh yeah.
And then when I was in Germany, like we'd go skiing and we'd take a bunch of, we'd have fell bottle bags of thoughtful corn and that we drink while skiing. And but towards the end it was just mainly beer, and it was a German beer. So.
And back in the early 80s, my mom used to drink this special drink called Pearl Harbors. Remember that, Mom? Yeah.
Oh.
You do them in the blender and stuff.
Well, one time I was at a bar in Breckenridge, Colorado. A cousin of mine that took us there because this is when I was stationed in Colorado. This was even before Germany, but my cousin and her husband took us to a bar in Breckenridge. They lived over towards Keystone. But there were some Marines in there and stuff, and they they were doing shots of. I started talking with them, and they were doing shots of the one called "Strip and Go Naked."
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, no, that wasn't it. It was called "Fucking Willies." Was the name of the drink. And I had told a friend of mine about that bar. He was on the basis ski team, and he was they were going to have a race up there. He got mad at me because the night before they were doing that, he went to that bar and asked for it. And the next day he wiped out and hurt his knee pretty bad. He had to have surgery and stuff on his knee. The Strip and Go Naked was something from when I went to the University of Iowa. It was frozen lemonade, vodka, and just a little bit of beer in it. And it was mixed in the blender. And a lot of times we change from vodka to Everclear in it. And we'd play drinking games. Or we'd play cards and stuff. Or Mexican dice.
Well, I played drinking games with my sister's ex-boyfriend, Roy D'Souza. And we were all, like, we had a sleepover at his place, just the guys, and I was invited too. And we were watching a Rolling Stones concert. And we're all playing drinking games to it. I passed out. I don't remember much after the third or fourth drink. I passed out on the couch. I was like, uh-oh.
Well, when I made some Strip and Go Nakeds when I was in Germany, but it was with German beer. And so with the beer in there, I could say Strip and Go Naked with some head.
Wow.
Because I had from the beer.
Did you go stripping naked through the streets, Tim? No?
No.
I could see Stunty doing that, Miss You. Stunty would probably do something like that. Back in the day, I'd go with a buddy, and we'd buy pitcher after pitcher of beer until I could no longer walk home. Oh, I've done that too, Mike. Holy crap. Jorgen, knock, knock. Jorgen's here.
Hey, Jorgen, you come. Oh, I bet you want the link.
Yep. Come up and join the party. Oh, Mike, I thought he was going to get a haircut. He likes his hair long. He looks good.
I need to get a haircut and a beard trim again.
Yeah, I'm going for a haircut tomorrow, actually. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, but but I remember one time when I was over in Germany, in the first dorm I was in there, okay, the dorms had day rooms, or they usually had like pool table on them and stuff. But in the first one I was in there, that unit I was in at first there, they had made the day room into a bar. That had a bar and everything, and so they'd keep it stocked up with that beer from the local brewery, and they got
Jorgen.
well, anyway, I have a couple of stories from there about that. One of them was it was snowing one day, and I was working second shift at the time, and so it was snowing, and so I called into work seeing if we were working. This is on a Friday. They said No, they said, no, don't bother coming in. See, I was in charge of the second shift at the time there too. So,
Yeah.
well, anyway, we've have a group of us that were drinking in the bar, and we had all the beer gone from in there before the first shift got off. They were upset because they drank all the beer. And another time was it was on the 4th of July. My roommate and another guy and we were drinking. We were feeling no pain, and we went to uh, we watched the fireworks there on base. And there were families around us, and we were so drunk, but we were rating each of the fireworks things. And of course, our language wasn't best for our kids being around.
Shedding a little more light on the subject, Jorgen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
Miss you. I read the Bible too. I've read through the full Bible a couple times now. And
new haircut.
Oh, I like it. I'm going for my haircut tomorrow. So we had a little theme going before Tim and I, where we're showing albums that have songs about it being hot outside. Do you have anything to match us?
If you could,
Like with the word hot in it or something?
if you
I
had
don't know.
given me more time.
I should have mentioned that before when I texted you.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Okay. Gonna go get some hot stuff. Well, I have to tell you, Miss You, the other house before we moved into this one, I was home with the dog one night, and I came into the living room. The dog was sitting there glued to the TV watching Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury. I sat down and I said, Sadie, are you watching Murder, She Wrote? And she was just glued to the. She's like this, looking at the TV, watching Murder, She Wrote. So every night when it would come on at 8 o'clock, I said, Sadie, your show's on, Murder, She Wrote. But she only did the one time. It was so cute. I sat down with her and I watched it with her. And she was glued to the TV. I couldn't believe it. A dog watching Murder, She Wrote.
well, Miss you, my daughter's youth minister at church, so she has a degree. She has a degree in bachelor's degree in youth ministry. So.
Well, if it weren't for God, I wouldn't have joined my church choir. Well, actually, Jesus sent Mother Mary to me, and so Mother Mary, his mother.
You're mixing it up with Let It Be.
What?
You're mixing it up with Let It Be.
Kind of. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Yeah, agree to disagree.
Well, with me, I have a couple of stories. Okay, first of all, when my son was born, when he was a couple months old, he wasn't really gaining the weight, so he was hospitalized for a few days for failure to thrive, and they were feeding him the same formula. The funny thing is, but when this happened, there was a unit from the States. This was over in Germany. My son was born in Germany, but this was a unit from the States on our base because they did the same type of stuff that we did. But I was a liaison with the computer maintenance part. Well, anyway, it was usually it was another guy, and we from our shop. We had exercise during that, where we were having to work 12-hour shifts, so we'd be working 12 hours a day. Well, anyway, I talked to this other guy to uh, work days for me, so I could work nights, and then I could go up to the hospital my son was in. During that 3 days, I had like 3 or 4 hours of sleep altogether. But on that, the last day there, they released him, and they couldn't satisfactorily explain why he was gaining weight. But see, I had told, was friends with like the secretary of the chaplain's office there, and we had a small Lutheran group service every weekend. She let everybody from there know, and everybody was praying for him, and that's around how we could explain that that he started gaining weight all of a sudden. And then later on, this was before we knew my wife was pregnant. We had been trying for a while for her to get pregnant, even for my daughter, and before we knew she was pregnant, I was sleeping and pretty much in a dream. I was told, yes, God has heard your prayers, and your wife is now pregnant with a girl. And sure enough, so with me, yes, we believe in. My wife and I are true believers. So.
Mm-hmm. The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yep.
Definitely. Hold on.
Yeah. So. Boy, Jorgen's taking a while.
Yeah, he's trying to find some records, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be with us.
Yeah. I know. He's probably in the other room. Oh, here he is.
Here he is. He's back.
At the moment, I could only find 2 on short notice.
Well, 2 is better than nothing.
This doesn't describe how hot it is, but it is containing the word hot. Jazz and hot dance in Spain.
Ooh.
And this
Sounds
is what
good.
this is Spanish jazz music, old music with Spanish orchestras. This is Spanish jazz, and naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stevie Wonder.
I figured you'd pull out the. I figured you'd pull out the Glenn Frey album, "The Heat Is On."
No, I don't have the album. Only the song.
Okay. Or the album one with Summer Night City.
I have the single, yes, but it's not an album title.
No. And yesterday, Jorgen and I were talking on Instagram, and he showed me a beautiful bench that he was sitting on in this beautiful, like, kind of park where you can walk, and there's a bicycle path. And then he showed me the beautiful lake that was nearby. It was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, I saw him doing a video from there showing his.
I've done videos from there. I've done many videos from there also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
It definitely is, but it's hard to actually. You have to get there in time because it's very. I'm not the only one who think it's great there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people there at the same time too.
Might be. If I'm going to get there and be alone, I will have to be on my best luck.
Go early in the morning, huh?
I want to be there when it is actually a sun and it actually is the right moment.
I
can go there when it's raining also. It won't be people there then.
Hmm. Well, I know, Miss You. You're there for a lot of people in the vinyl community. You're there for me. You're there for JJ and Rachel and whoever else you can think of. I mean, you're good. You have a good heart, Miss You, and the Lord is working through you, and we know that.
I have some new stuff to show if you want.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure. Yes, we'd love to see new
and
stuff.
I miss you. Thank you for coming, joining us this today. I try having to stream every Tuesday at the same time, and also I've thank you for subscribing to me, and I subscribed back to you already too. So
Bye, Mike. Have a great day. Mike is going now.
bye, Mike.
Have a good one.
Yep.
All right, we're ready for some new stuff, Jorgen.
A little bigger screen, please.
Okay.
Yes.
I was just trying to read some of that in the peanut gallery too.
Here we go.
I shown this in the video, but for those who hasn't, but since the last time I was on this stream, I can show it because it came after the last stream. So I got from in the disc. I got the YouTube compilations.
Okay.
Oh,
And
wow.
I got the Irish singer Imelda May.
JJ.
Hi, JJ.
And I also got some other CDs. I got some something that I was really happy. This is a Duke Ellington released on Columbia Jazz Masterpieces double CD set.
Oh,
Duke Ellington
nice set.
and small groups. So this is various 30s, 40s small groups that isn't released all that much. So I'm very happy that they have gathered this together, this collection.
Yeah, nice find there.
Definitely $2 I paid for it.
Yeah, JJ, glad to see you back. We were missing you.
Ella Fitzgerald. I don't know why all of a sudden all these Ella Fitzgerald. I keep finding Ella Fitzgerald everywhere, but I'm happy I do it.
Well, she's great.
Ella in Berlin, Verve release.
Oh, I love Mac the Night. Great song.
Live.
Darren.
This actually had a follow-up, which I already had. So this is Returns to Berlin. This is the follow-up to this.
Ah.
We have also a compilation. Normally I don't buy that much. I try to be careful with compilations, but since I don't have all that much with Ella on Verve, I bought this pure Ella. So this is various 60s recordings of Ella.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Sometimes around the best way to get some of this music you want, but don't want a compilation that makes it hard to do because prices are so high on them. So
the problem with compilation is that when it comes to jazz is that they always contain stuff that I have 9 million copies of in my huge jazz collection.
Of course.
In this case, as I said, I have very little of the 60s Ella on Verve, so it was definitely a great one. For I only paid for these Ellas. I only paid 10 cents.
Oh boy, that's not bad at all.
Doc would say.
And Ella Fitzgerald sings Cole Porter.
Oh,
Nice.
On Verve. We
nice.
have also Errol Garner on Philips from the Wizard of Ivories. I have never heard of that, but it's interesting EP.
yeah. I have a couple of Errol Garner albums, and I like him.
I have a lot of Errol Garner, but he's a great pianist. But I managed to find a lot of Errol Garner, and I buy it. Leaving jazz now.
It's something that Errol Garner is something where you you can throw it on and just kick back and relax listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
They also, when it comes to organo, there also are those that you hear 9 million times, Misty and so on, that are on many compilations I try to avoid. And it also are those organ that are a little bit not more order that I try to collect. So when it comes to jazz, I try. It's a sport to actually try to find that little extra that hasn't been, that I don't have several times before.
Right.
This is a group from Iceland called Icy. They competed in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1986. It was the first time Iceland was in Eurovision Song Contest. And a song called, in Icelandic, Lady Bunkin. And the English version is right down there. Katrina and the Waves, Rock and Roll Girl,
Okay.
from 1989.
Yeah, I remember they had I remember Katrina and the Waves
Walking on
from back
Sunshine.
then. What's that?
Walking on Sunshine.
Yep.
That's a little overplayed, but
But that fits in with the theme too.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
yeah. This is Wax, Andrew Gold and Graham Goldman from Tennessee.
Oh, Andrew Gold on there. Okay.
Yeah, and this is they had an 80s career known as Wax. This is a really great Go Happy song that I really like.
Yeah, see, I have like 3 or 4 Andrew Gold albums. So
I think I had 2 or 3. Andrew Gold was the one who created the
Thank You for Being a Friend and
with Golden
and
Girls.
Lonely Boy.
Yeah. We have an Earth, Wind and Fire. Let's Groove Tonight.
Oh yeah, I have that on LP.
Sure does miss you.
I have a lot of Earth, Wind and Fire, almost soon complete, at least for the older times.
Wow.
Climby Fisher, British pop music, Fire on the Ocean.
Okay, that fits in it too. That's hot.
We have a couple of records that I actually bought today for 10 cents, singles, that is, that I bought today for 10 cents.
Excuse me.
You okay, James?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good.
I managed to find Duke Ellington and his orchestra, Sophisticated Lady. Now I try to avoid those Ellington songs that are typical Ellington that you hear every day, but this is one of the better. I feel like, why not?
Okay.
This one you might remember.
Oh
yeah.
Now.
We have an older Diana Ross solo from 1970s. I'm no huge fan of Diana Ross, but I do like her first solo stuff after the Supremes, because her voice wasn't destroyed yet, and the sound was great still.
I have a greatest hits album of hers that was from like 76 of after leaving the Supremes until around then.
I always said that Diana Ross in her 80s days sounds like
Neither have I miss you.
if you remember Sergeant Hooks in the Police Academy series, she sounds like her. And that is not good. And also she combined with Nile Rodgers' boring production. So
isn't that the one that's quiet, Jorgen, that goes, but then she finally yells out, "Freeze it, dirtbag!"
Diana Ross tried to. She lost her real voice. So she tried to sing like this, and I feel like. But this is great. I'm still waiting from 1970.
Okay.
Diana Ross that I prefer.
Shortly after leaving the Supremes.
Yep. And of course, when I buy it for 10 cents, I do some blind buys. Buying some that I have no clue what it is, hoping that it is something.
A lot of my albums I've gotten for 10 cents. Oops, sorry about that. I just bumped my keyboard and.
I enjoy it. And if it's bad, I only lost 10 cents.
Yeah.
So I like doing this. This is a good way to get to know new artists. I have no idea who these artists are. Philip and Vanessa released on a label called Anchor and a song called Love. I never heard of them.
But what drew you to that little 45 there, Jorgen? What drew you to that?
Blind Buy.
Well,
I didn't
sir,
recognize it, and I thought, why not for 10 cents? I give it a try. If this
so sort of like with me, that one of my favorite blind buys I got for 25 cents.
wow.
It's just to cover that drew me to it. But the name of the group is McGinnis Flint.
I sometimes I go for the stomach feeling. I felt like Philip and Vanessa 1975. It looks like it could be some soft pop style.
Mhm.
So why not?
Yeah, see, the McGinnis Flint was formed by Tom McGinnis, who had been in Man for Man's band back in the 60s. Like he played the bass for a while and then later guitar and stuff. And then and it was him and Huey Flint who used to play with John Mayall. But this was like around 1970. They formed the group McGinnis Flint. I have the self-titled album, and that's what I picked up for 25 cents, and it just blew me away when I listened to it. And there's a minor hit on it that's called "When I'm Dead and Gone." And
And
I
so
made
true
all-
with you.
I also done some great blind buys finding that shown that I have no idea what I showed, but this is really, really good.
yeah,
And a lot of them in synth pop genre because I don't know everything.
mhm.
I never heard of this one. This is Lou Monte with Joe Wright and his orchestra.
Well, that makes two of us. I haven't learned of this guy either.
He apparently sings and plays guitar. I assume that Joe Reisman is some kind of a big band. What was interesting about this one is that
Oh,
green
nice.
colored.
You know, Brad will love that.
So if it's good, I'm happy. If it's bad, we'll see what I do. I can't keep every color just because it's colored, but
Just go.
I no idea
check it.
what this. No idea what this is, but Troy Dante.
Oh my God, little star. Look at that, Miss You, little star, like my dog in my dream. Little
It
star.
is from 1969. Troy Dante. I have no idea what this is, so something interesting. This is the group familiar to Delta Rhythm Boys and so on, Deep River Boys. And it is with a they are Americans, but just like the Osmonds and Delta Rhythm Boys played stuff in Sweden, did stuff in Swedish also, or tried to do stuff in Swedish. They also did, and here they play in Sweden with Swedish quintet. So I feel like this could be some jazzy style.
Oh yeah.
And this one is the one that I have highest expectations because this is jazz guitarist Jimmy Rainey that I have a huge box set with. So this is some really nice 50s jazz. This is going to be very, very interesting.
Well, Miss You, interesting band name, Sickle.
And we have also some Swedish stuff that you might not know about. This is some
Nope,
kind of
don't know these guys.
60s slagers. And finally, I found an album for 50 cents.
Hi, Rob.
Killing Me
Roberta
Softly.
Flack, Killing Him Softly. I love that song.
Yeah, I like Roberta Flack.
Killing Him
So.
Softly.
I've seen some versions of it where this piano inlay has been missing. So I don't want that. I want it to be complete.
Jorgen is great. Yes, he is, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. You're great too.
I like his taste in music because he likes like 80s and 90s, but then he also likes his jazz from earlier.
I'm everywhere.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So I'll take you down now and.
So how you doing, Rob Walker? It's nice to see you here with us.
So that was the findings from 2 weeks ago.
All right, I gotta go to the toilet. A second.
Okay. Oh, Jorgen, maybe you can. I'm not sure whether this name is in Swedish or what. I'll show you the book that I showed earlier. Because the name of the author, just a minute, I'll make myself big and. Okay. Is that Swedish?
Kjell Eriksson. Yes, he's Swedish. He's a kind of a Swedish author, and he was also a comedian. He does chronicles in and so on. So he's a little bit everywhere, but he's mostly author and comedian.
Yeah. See, this is a mystery, and I like reading mysteries. So.
I didn't know he was translated into American though.
Yeah, well, I got the book for $1 at the Dollar Tree. So a lot of times, if I find books that look interesting that they have at the Dollar Tree, I'll get them.
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited because I saw that someone at YouTube had put out all episodes of 80s Mission Impossible. Complete two seasons.
80s Mission Impossible?
80s, the one I remember from my growing up.
Of course, I don't really remember it because I was in the Air Force at that time. For the last half of the 80s, I was over in Germany, so.
All right, Jorgen, Thrifty Tim, are you ready?
Yeah.
It's time for Partridge Family Show and Tell. Here we go. Let's all hold up our Partridge Families at the same time. Here we go.
You're trying to copy Doc?
Here we go. Woo! Yes.
No, Doc would have just been here.
Oh, yeah, Doc would have loved it. He'd be up here showing his, too.
Yeah.
You're lucky that I have the Partridge Family pretty nearby, or else I would have been pretty lost.
Well, I showed mine just a little bit ago.
Yeah, and then I showed mine. So I said, well, hey, monkey see, monkey do. Almost dropped my beer in my pants. That would have been good.
So did JJ hold one up while we did that?
I don't know if he did, but he's got an 8-track of the Partridge Family, but I don't know what album it is. I don't know. I don't remember if he ever showed it to me what it was. I think he might have shown me once on a Zoom call, but I forget which one it is.
I can very easily show the Partridge Family I have because I only have a shopping bag, I have notebook, and I have
notebook.
So this is the Partridge Family I have with you.
Yeah. I have like something like 4 Partridge Family albums now. So I have a bunch of Osmonds.
I had a 45
Connie and Marie.
Oh, nice.
I think I have a 45 of David Cassidy also, but
Okay.
I have no Osmonds.
I have a couple of David Cassidy's albums.
I had one.
I have like 3 or 4 of Sean Cassidy's albums.
I had one David Cassidy album, and I culled it away pretty fast because I thought it was dreadfully boring. The one I have on 45 is an 80s single that is close to becoming out also.
Yeah,
so
when
I
he was trying
prefer
to
the
make
band much more.
Yeah, when he was trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, I prefer the band much more. I think his solo he is very mediocre.
Well, like Rob, you don't like the Partridge Family? Not everybody liked the Partridge Family, didn't you, Jorgen?
Christopher also from Sweden, when he's here, he's also shaking his head when we're showing Partridge Family. You guys really like this?
So like Mike Cat was earlier. Mike
Well,
Franco.
because we do, Rob Walker. We have Partridge Family in our DNA. We grew up with it.
Yeah.
Don't exaggerate now, James.
I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling the truth.
I mean, Partridge Family.
With me, it is true because I went through my teen years in the 70s.
Well, I was a young kid in the 70s, so.
Okay, when I was 10 years old. That my birthday was in December before the New Year. So I was 10 years old when the 70s started, and I was 20 when it ended.
I was -4 when 70 started, and I was 5 when it ended. I actually haven't seen the TV show. I went straight to the music.
You've never seen the show, Jorgen? Oh my God, I grew up watching that with Mr. French. And
from what I have seen from trailers and so on, I feel like it's not something that I feel like I'm hugely interested in catching up either. I think the music is great, soft and relaxing, but I have no interest in seeing the TV show.
Well, I do know that on the Brady Bunch, they had the Monkees guest star a lot of times.
Well, not a lot of times. There was an episode with Davy Jones in, Missy, I'm a Sagittarius, and Rob, I was born in December of 59.
And I was born in 1969, and I'm an Aries. Christopher.
And I was -4 when 70 started, and I was 5 when it ended. You can all guess which year I am born.
Now I understand, Jorgen, why you love the 80s so much.
But to be honest, when it comes to Partridge Family, I only know the singers, and which is more or less those who are the Partridge Family.
And probably
that
was a good year to be born.
Probably, you probably remember a few of their hits too.
I know Susan Day, of course, because she was in LA Law.
Well, you've probably heard a few of their hits, like "I Think I Love You" and stuff like that.
I'm born 74, for those of you who doesn't know math.
Okay.
You were born the year The Godfather came out, JJ.
So is JJ a Godfather fan?
Oh, yeah. He got me into the series that was on Paramount Plus that he put on Plex called The Offer, and it's the story of how they made the movie.
I've been thinking about watching it. I haven't started it yet.
Oh, Tim, you have to see the show. It's excellent. I just finished it. There's 10 episodes. I loved it.
See, I've been slowing down on there because I'm just about done with the 18th season of NCIS that I watch on there, and then season 19 is one that just ended. So I'm just taking it slow now. Just like I need to start back up on Stranger Things. I'm in towards the end of season 3 on it.
Well, I'm ready for the last 2 episodes coming July 1st for season 4 of Stranger Things. And tomorrow it ends on Disney Plus, the finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hope it's going to be a long episode, because I'll be sad when it's over.
And Jorgen doesn't know what half the stuff is that we're talking about.
I know what Obi-Wan Kenobi is. I haven't seen it, but I know there's a television series from Star Wars. Stranger Things, I've heard the name of, but that's it. The last time I saw a newer TV series was Stargate Universe, and it sucked. So
Yeah. Well, Miss you.
Last night I watched Spider-Man 3, and then I watched The Amazing Spider-Man. Now I've got The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm surprised they never made a third one for that series.
Well, Miss you.
It's not total garbage, Rob. It's great.
Planning a new reboot, I guess.
Miss you. My daughter got is the one that got us watching Stranger Things because one of her favorite movies growing up was because we put it down and she liked it. Is The Goonies, and Stranger Things just gave her the same thoughts of like The Goonies and stuff, the same type of feeling. So,
Goonies.
How long are you going to be there for, JJ, with your daughter at the summer camp?
The Goonies, the 80s Goonies.
Yeah, Goonies was 1985.
Yeah, I have the single with Cyndi Lauper.
I almost got the soundtrack for that back in '86, I think it was. But then I got Break Into Electric Boogaloo instead. And I'm so stupid. Why I find an album I want, but then I get the opposite of what I want. It's crazy. I love the Goonies. Yeah, great movie. Goonies never say die.
Yeah.
You're like Swamp. Hey, you guys.
Yeah, JJ, I know what you're talking about. My daughter's the children's minister at non-denominational church in Janesville, and she works with kids from nursery all the way through 5th grade. I wouldn't have the patience to be surrounded by that young of kids and stuff for very long. She's done that at camps too.
And at some point, JJ, we'll have to do a Zoom call for your birthday. Just you and me. We'll have some fun. We'll drink a beer together and have fun. Because I like that. So, Jorgen, what did you do today? What did you get up to?
Pretty obvious.
Ah, yes. Where do you find all these bargoons at? Where do you go?
Depends on what you mean with bargoon. It has been a pretty bad spring.
Like you go to thrift stores or what?
Thrift stores, yes. And I have 2 thrift stores that I can rely on when it comes to that.
Okay. That's okay, JJ, but I'll have a beer for you.
And the 10-cent singles are from our record store. We just sell it.
Oh.
So I think I have 2 record stores that are 2 thrift stores that are I can rely on from time to time, and our record store. But it has been a very slow first half year when it comes to Margoon. It's not like last year when I found this pile of jazz last spring.
Wow. So, Christopher, we got to get you involved in here. Have you gotten any new records or CDs or anything lately? Let us know in the comments below. What have you got lately?
He found a brand new Partridge Family.
So JJ, since you can't have any carbonation yet, I figure you've been drinking a lot of water and juice, huh?
Yeah, and he's got to watch his diet now because of his stomach problems.
Yeah.
Christopher says, Jorgen Bargoon's 10-cent singles that no one wants. He is the dream buyer for any thrift store.
I'm not saying
Oh,
let
cool.
me correct you. I don't consider these 10-cent singles for bargains until I know what's on them. Bargains is when I found something that is really worth the money that I got for cheaper price than I actually expected, like this one that I got for $2, and it contains a double CD set with stuff that I've never seen before on CD. That is a bargain. The usual 10-cent singles are not bargains until I know what it is.
Rob, would you like to come up and show us your new stack of records? I'd like to see what you got for 350 pounds there.
Yeah, I can. I'll post a link again if you want to come up and show them.
Yeah, I'd love to see what you got, Rob. I don't know if I'm familiar with fish. Yeah, come up, Rob, and show us what you got. I always like what you got. It inspires people when people show records and bands and solo artists that I've never heard of. It makes me want to learn about new music.
Yeah, so
That's what I like about it.
That's another thing I like is I'm here right because of the vinyl community. I have friends all over the world, pretty much. I like seeing what some of the stuff that they like in the UK, and also like in the Scandinavian countries, like with Yarden, and then have some friends in Germany and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about that, because I still remember when I was a young kid and I went to school and I was home for lunch, went down to school, and I met a guy that was if it was from the USA or something, asking me about what time is it, and I said what time it is. I felt so proud that I was able to talk those few words, saying what time it was, to a person that wasn't from here, that was talking English. I was so proud. And today, I mean, 30 years later, I'm sitting here talking with people from all over the world. I have friends from all over the world talking English daily. And it's an honor.
See, earlier, Jürgen, I showed a link for my channel for with the BookTube community, and so because there I have friends over there from all over the world also that are just big readers.
I'm not that big reader though, because I took around 4 or 5 years to finish the Depeche Mode biography. That says a lot how much I read.
Oh, here's Rob.
Oh,
Hey, Rob.
How are you doing?
Rob. Good.
I'll
Good
make
to
you
see you
big.
in person once.
Do you want to see some records?
Sure.
Sure.
Love to.
Let me just give me a minute.
All right.
Okay. Oh.
Right. So I put a video up on YouTube. It's only 1 minute long. So showing all what I got. So I was on my way to see my son in Sheffield, and I just thought I'll stop off at a charity shop, and I saw these records. I couldn't believe my luck. So they were all £1 each. So the first one is the Velvet Underground.
Okay.
So,
Love the Velvet Underground. Great.
they're all
Okay.
in good condition. On MGM record. So find this for £1. It's a pretty nice find. Got on there, £1.
Okay.
There's a band called Van der Graaf Generator. So again, this was £1. This is worth quite a lot of money.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I haven't heard any of their music. But it's probably some that I'd like to.
Yeah, it's kind of progressive.
Yeah, I have lots of progressive in my collection.
Yeah, so I believe this is worth upwards of 100 quid. There's the label.
Hmm.
So I've never had found records like this before in a charity shop. Alice Cooper,
Ooh.
killer.
I've seen Alice Cooper in concert back in 2018.
All right. So from Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Nazareth.
Oh, I recently got that one earlier this year. I like Nazareth, and
I've not
I have
played
several of
this.
their albums.
Yeah. So again, for a quiz.
Yeah, I saw Nazareth back in concert back in '79. It was a concert that was TNT, then AC/DC,
Yeah.
the UFO, the Nazareth, and then the headliners were Heart. And AC/DC was with Bon Scott.
Right. Oh, Bon Scott. Yeah. So yeah, that was a decent find for a quid.
Yep.
Band from Manchester, which is where I'm from, the Smiths.
Okay.
So you don't see Smiths records for £1.
Yeah.
On a gatefold.
That's pretty good.
Original inner with it as well.
That one I got for free from. I made a video a couple of weeks ago when I showed 2 boxes of records I got for free from a friend.
Oh,
and I showed one of them was that Smith record that I got on CD. I felt like, wow, open up, no CD. How happy I was then.
This is the one that I've been told is worth quite a few. This one's worth quite a few £100. £200 or £300 maybe. Band called Audience. So this is from 1969. So couldn't believe my luck.
Is it progressive or I mean, is it psychedelic or?
I think it's like psychedelic folk, something like that.
Okay.
So here's one that James will like. Who's that girl, Madonna?
Yeah, I have that one.
Remember that? Who's that girl?
Squiddy Polita song there is also great.
Def Jam samples. So a bit of like, got Beastie Boys on here, LL Cool J, Public Enemy. Nice find. Jorgen might have some by Adam and the Ants.
Okay.
I think I have that one too.
I have one of their albums and it got cheap, so.
A.R. James is a record that I was slagging off the other week. Rumours.
Ah, nice.
A favorite.
Okay.
One of the best albums in the 70s.
Great album.
I still have that album that I bought when it first came out.
Yeah,
I saw them in concert in 1980.
Yeah. I saw Fleetwood Mac in about 2008. So, but yeah, for a quid. The Stranglers.
Okay.
Punk band from the late 70s. Live album. Here's one for Jorgen. Fresh Mode.
Yummy. I have that one on both cassette and vinyl.
I already have this on vinyl, but for £1, I have to pick it up.
That is one of the top 5 best Depeche Mode albums.
Yeah.
Okay, McFuel.
This is a 12-inch, the Time Lords.
Yeah. Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. I got another one for 50p. I'll show James.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one for you, James.
All right. Oh yes, Beverly Hills Cop. The heat is on.
I
Yeah.
have that one on CD.
I have that as well.
That's a good one too.
That's a great album.
So, I thought it's a good film. So,
Yeah,
Definitely.
can't go wrong with Eddie Murphy.
so that's it. I thought I'd show you.
Oh,
Okay.
great haul you got there, Rob.
Pardon?
I said great haul you got.
Yeah, for 13 quid. Pretty good. So,
That was not crap.
No, that
Well,
was good
a
stuff.
lot of that music, I've not listened to any of those records yet, so I need to clean them and sort of grade them. But when I put the video up on YouTube, there were quite a few people saying, particularly that Audience album is a grail. They've never even seen it on vinyl before. And I was just looking through the racks and I saw it and I just thought, that looks interesting, so I'll just bring it home with me. And then I'm getting all these messages about it's worth X, Y, Z. So, but I never normally find anything like that in thrift stores or charity shops. But I was just lucky. I just in the right place at the right time. That's always the case when you go in a charity shop. Someone might have been in there 10 minutes before you and picked up all the good stuff. You never know, do you?
Very true. So, Rob, are you entering Rachel's contest?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I
entered
did,
it yesterday.
and
Are you entering it, Jorgen?
When I was in the city today, I filmed
Hi, Alan.
my entrance. I filmed my entrance today in the city, so I will edit it and put it up during the week.
Right. I've entered quite a lot of contests recently, but I've entered a couple of Rachel's contests when they've been, on her old channel. So, and we've got to give a shout out to Michael 45, haven't we?
To be honest, I made a lot of contract responses during my first 4 years. Now that during the other 4 years, I've been very lazy when it comes to contests. Maybe because many of them are pretty much the same questions that I've answered.
Yeah.
So I think
have you ever had a contest, Jorgen?
No, I haven't, because I have a problem with when it comes to shipping money over the ocean. It's pretty expensive, and I don't have an Amazon account, so I can't send any prices for a very reasonable price.
Yeah, it's a shame, because if you do have a contest, it sort of piques people's interest in your channel. So
yeah, I know.
It's a nice way to sort of grow your channel a little bit.
With me, I haven't had one because of before just haven't had the money, and now see I'm on disability, so
yeah.
So
how many records have you got, Tim?
I'd say around 3,000.
Wow, you've got a big collection then.
Yeah, around 500 CDs and around 500 cassettes also.
Yeah. So what's your? Is it classic rock? Is that your genre?
I like classic rock, but I also like classic hits.
Classic what?
Classic hits. That means like not as hard as classic rock and stuff, and some of these pop stuff, and
yeah,
especially from the 70s.
Yeah. So I've got. How many singles have you got, Jorgen?
I got that question for my Q&A.
Yeah, I forgot what you said.
Yeah, me too. I think I am. Did you remember, Jace, when I said how many singles I had?
I can't remember what you said. Have you got many 40?
I have something around 3,600, something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? What about you, Tim? Have you got singles?
No, I don't have any 45s.
I have some. I have some over here beside me. I was going to be spinning them sometime soon.
Yeah.
I have pulled out mainly ones from the 70s. I have some from 70s and 80s both.
Can you still pick up singles pretty cheap in America?
At times,
Yeah.
with me, some of these I was given for people gave me them for free because they were getting rid of their vinyl collections.
Yeah.
Or I have a couple of cases full of ones from when I was a kid. My aunt that worked at a restaurant where they had a jukebox in, and
Yeah.
when they changed the records out, she'd give us some of the records,
Yeah.
and we had 45 cases full of them that
Yeah.
I got because my mom gave me all the stuff she had when she went into independent living home.
Yeah. How are you, James? Because I'm noticing you're doing a lot more sort of streaming and
I'm
stuff
doing
now.
good. I did a live stream on Saturday for the first time in a long while, and it felt so good. I went for
Yeah.
2.5 hours. So I'm just going to do them randomly for now until I'm ready to really schedule something better, like 3 nights instead of what I was doing before, because I think that's what did me in.
Yeah.
I think I was taking on too much.
Yeah. I've noticed you've been on Rachel's a few times, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm always on Rachel's. I
Yeah.
always support Rachel.
Yeah. She got about 800 subscribers, didn't she, after a shout out by Michael?
Yeah, Michael 45 put her up and gave her some more people.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
I found out yesterday about her being back on it, and when I subscribed, she was over 1,000 already.
I know, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, streaming actually has a way to rise your subscriber account. I remember that before I started, I was around 350.
Yeah.
And then I reached 400. Well, okay. It normally take me every second year to get over 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it took me not even a year. I was up to 500 because of the streaming.
You like the streaming, don't you, Jorgen?
I have got a little bit more softer with that one. It's great. I love the way to actually, because the reason why I started Vinyl Community was because I wanted to meet other record collectors and music interests from all over the world, and I felt like streaming is the best way to do it without meeting them, because I don't think we will ever do that if you don't live in Sweden.
Yeah.
But streaming is a very good way, but I felt also like it became too much, so I have drawn down very much on streaming. I'm on Tim's, I'm on James, and I'm on Doc's, and that's pretty much it right now. But I have really great time those times I'm on the stream, so I think it's a very great way still.
Yeah, because I used to watch your chat. Like when I started a channel, I used to watch your channel, and I sent you some records, didn't I? But even though we'd sort of messaged each other, you can, when you're streaming, you can actually speak to people it's a different way, it's a different format, isn't it? Obviously, it's a lot more personal.
I subscribed to Jorgen not too long after he started. Him and I have been friends for years now, and
What's that,
back in.
This is all of the singles you sent me.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh,
I put them in a special. Normally, even the Depeche Mode's Blasphemous Rumors, I normally should put Depeche Mode in the other Depeche Mode, but then from you, so I put it in a special place.
Thanks, Jorgen. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, see, back in February, I was at my 10-year anniversary in the VC, so.
Right.
Yeah, and Chris from Dixieland Farms posted a video this morning saying it's his 10 years now, and him and I have been friends for a long time.
And I'm into my 8th year.
Yeah. I think I'm about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm only a baby.
I
think
thought you
must be
were.
more than
I
that.
thought you were here longer than that. I know I've been
Yeah, I think
subscribed to
you're-
you for a good while.
You're longer than 3 years, I think. It feels like it.
Yeah, I was going to say seems like more like 5.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I started in 2019. So at the beginning of the year. So
Oh, it just seems like because of the pandemic.
It was before the pandemic, sort of.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I joined on YouTube.
Just a pandemic, those couple of years seems more like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I joined February 7th, 2017 on YouTube.
James.
And I remember the first video I made. I think I had at least 10 reshoots. I did it 10 times all over again to get perfect the first video.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I did it and wondered what the hell am I looking at?
It's quite daunting, isn't it, when you sit down and do your first video. You feel a bit uncomfortable, don't you? It takes you quite some time to sort of get into it.
See, and I don't edit my videos.
No, I don't.
Yeah, but I still get nervous at times when I sit down and do those, but I'm not as bad as I used to be.
Welcome back, Miss You.
I'm at it because I feel like, of course, I will take away stuff that I don't like, and also it's fun. It's a way to create. It's a way to actually make great videos also at the same time, and
Very true.
Get more subscribers. Maybe if they're interested in seeing great videos. But the first videos, I was sitting like this and watching up the first year. Then when I got the telephone, I was able to move around a bit. So now I can do other. I feel very happy that I can do other video today than just sitting at a desk watching up.
Yeah, that's how I used to be. I used to be like that too, looking up at the camera, and didn't seem like I was looking at people as much. So
you're pretty creative though now, aren't you? You go outside and stuff.
I try to, because I feel I've noticed that people like the outdoor videos. I like doing outdoor videos, and I feel like nowadays it's also a way to create, a way to have fun when you're filming, because that's also, if I was going to sit not a chance that I'm going to sit 8 years in front of the desk and staring into my webcam. But I have a way to create, a way to actually, it's fun. It's also a fun way to create and communicate.
And it can be a bunch of laughs, like if a dog comes up to you and stuff while filming.
I've got to go, Tim, because I'm going picking my daughter up from work. So it's been nice dropping by and seeing you.
Yeah, and thanks for coming on.
Nice talking to you.
No problem, Tim. See you. Say bye to James.
Yeah, we'll let him know.
See you later.
Okay, bye. Okay.
And there were 2.
Yeah. We'll probably be ending this soon. This has gone longer than what I normally go, but we've been having a fun chats today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll probably end this in around 12 minutes, James. Then it won't be 2.5 hours.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah,
and
so I've been on.
Back and
like Anthony said once, the most problem thing what we're streaming is that you have a whole lot of work afterwards, putting everything back that you pull out.
Boy, Rob had some really good albums there that he showed.
Yeah.
So I've been on here since February 7th, 2017 when I joined YouTube.
Okay.
So that's like 5 years, I guess?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time.
Oh
But
yeah.
I was just a regular guy to just watch videos, and then later on, I just started getting into doing live streams and stuff like that later on because I was. That's okay. I was pumped up by Rachel, and she got me going with it. So then I decided just to go with the flow and do what I do now. I will link your little star bicycle on your next stream, Sir James. Sounds good.
Interesting name for a band, huh? Sickle?
Yeah.
I hope it's not a sign of how the band are mentally.
Open my dinner.
I can take one too.
Yeah, I got chicken burger with chicken Caesar burger and fries.
Can you email it?
I don't think I can. It would get all mushed in the mail.
Too bad he couldn't stream it over to you, huh, Jorgen?
Pardon?
Too bad he can't stream it over to you, huh?
Darn.
Oh, it is, Matthew. It's my favorite burger from a restaurant called the Blue Canoe. So what did you have tonight for dinner, Jorgen?
Stewed potato hooch pooch.
I don't know what I'll be having for supper tonight. If nothing else, a peanut butter sandwich. My biggest meal of the day is breakfast.
Well, I'm going to keep the bun, Matthew, because it's all together and it'll be messy. And I don't eat this all the time, so it's a treat.
Yeah.
It's ages since I ate a real meal from a hamburger before.
Yeah, but with me earlier this year, I found out I can't have anything with tomatoes anymore, not even sauces, because there were a couple of times where I got a bad stomach ache where I'd be cramped in over into two. That's how much pain I was in, and would have to take like Pepto-Bismol and stuff and
There's a
try
lot of it.
burping it out of me. I think it's from the acid in the tomatoes I just can't handle now.
I remember a girl that I went to school with as an adult. They had a food committee. So they were trying to decide what kind of food they were going to serve, and she had to be in that committee because she was allergic to milk. She was allergic to tomatoes. She was allergic to eat almost anything. So she had to compose her own menu to be able to eat.
So how many pant sizes did you go down there, JJ? Using 100 pounds.
Wow.
Your old pants you could probably fit a couple of you in, huh?
I managed to losing weight also during the past years. How much I don't know though.
Oh, went from 48 to a 38. Okay, 10 pant sizes. Yeah, I'm in a 36 now. That's the biggest I've ever had for pant sizes. When I was in the Air Force, I was usually around 34, and I was like 135 pounds when I went into the Air Force. Gained weight after I got married.
Your wife cooking too good food.
Yeah. And also, I was stationed in Germany at the time, too, so we liked German food also.
A little too much bratwursts.
Well, no, schnitzels.
Schnitzels.
And pommes frites.
Yeah. Or fries, as you say.
Yeah.
I remember I was messaging James once on Instagram saying, he asked me what I have for dinner, and I think I said hamburger and pomfret. I mean, what is pomfret? I'm sorry, that's French. I'm sorry, I was mint fries.
Well, if you do Quebec slang, they're called patate frites. That's French for French fries.
Okay.
Of course, JJ Unichi, you're in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's known for their brats.
I think I've eaten bratwurst once. I don't think it was that exciting. I ate better sausages.
Well, with me, I preferred the Weisswurst over the regular bratwurst.
I have hard time when the sausages are that thick. I prefer when they are normal size of it. That's exactly when it comes to normal sausage. If they are like this, meat sausage.
They were more of a normal size in Germany. It's here in the States, or I've had them so big. Because we just go to some of the kiosks on the streets getting stuff like that, or what I really like to get were shrimp bratons, where it was like a small pork steak that they put in a bun, or in the oat which is a hard bun bread on the outside in Germany, and those are real good.
I know problem buying a hot dog once in a while, but the problem is that it takes so fast before it's over. You eat it so fast.
Then I prefer German mustard over American mustard. In Germany, they have it in tubes in different, like one for mild, one for medium, one for hot.
I don't have on mustard at all. I prefer ketchup and roasted onions.
I don't like onions, but you might like some of the hot dogs in that where I'm at, because I'm not too far from Chicago. Having the Chicago dogs, where they put like a full pickle on it, or a pickle wedge, and
I don't like onions normally at all, but roasted onions are
okay.
I prefer roasted onions.
But on the Chicago ones, they put onions on it. They do like a pickle. They sprinkle like celery salt on it.
Doesn't sound that.
Oh yeah, hot mustard is a great monsieur, especially Dijon.
Yeah. Okay.
It has no added sugar. Ketchup had high fructose corn syrup. Ah, cool.
But one thing that I have started to enjoy more and more these days than I did before is garlic. I didn't like garlic one bit, but now I started to enjoy garlic a whole lot more.
I've always liked garlic. I used to when I cook, I make a lot of soups and stuff, and I'm known for putting garlic in them.
Well, for me, like I love garlic, but I can't digest it.
Or sometimes when we get a pizza, we'll get like a garlic Parmesan sauce.
Ooh.
And that way I'd be staying away from the tomatoes. Oh yeah, that's good too, Miss. You garlic roasted with a bit of olive oil.
I never tried that.
And something that I started liking from when I was stationed I went on temporary duty for a NATO exercise in Italy. That's when I started liking black olives because they bring us black olives fresh from the fields at any bar or restaurant we went into.
Oh, I love black olives. They're so good.
I didn't like them until then because these were fresh from the field.
Mm.
Because here in the States, they just aren't the same as those that I'd have over there. There are some that they do, but they're higher priced too. Okay, well, I'd say it's about time to end this this video. I've been going almost 2.5 hours, so thank you all for all of you that have been on the panel, and also all of you in the peanut gallery. I've had a lot that I haven't had before. I hope to see you again more often. Okay, so until next time, take it easy
Bye-bye.
and keep on rocking.
We will.